Alright, throat's a little rough tonight. But, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Parasite Eve 2. Now, where we last left off, we had just come up here and talked to our buddy Pierce, who showed us that there is this massive greenhouse-like garden? I guess I should say. Maybe not garden. Maybe, it's basically a massive forest inside of the shelter. So we discovered that, and I also wanted to apologize for all the yawning and craziness of the last video. I was very tired. I'm going to try, as time goes on in my channel, to cut out the keyboard issues, the crashes, the phone calls, the people messaging me on Facebook, and just, all of that. I'm going to try and cut a lot of that out. I'm not too worried about it in this particular playthrough, because a lot of it's, just superficial, like, hey, my roommate messaged me on Facebook. It doesn't really show much about who I am, or where I am, or anything like that, so I'm not too worried about it. It's not like I have a bunch of viewers, or a huge fan base who's going to try and track me down and kill me, so I'm alright with it. I ain't too worried. But as I go through, I'm going to try and cut out a lot of those distractions, a lot of the yawning. I'm going to work on my commentary to make sure that I keep rolling with things to say, especially when I'm in a boss battle and I'm trying to focus, or in an intense battle and I'm trying to focus. It's really my job to keep saying things and coaching people who may not have went through that experience through it. So, with all that being said, here we go on the next little bit of our adventure. What we are going to do now is, if you'll remember, we come over here and interacted with this panel. This door is now open, and if I click the right tab here, it's not the right tab, the lift, this says Ark Cam up here. We've turned this elevator on. This is the next place we can go. This and underground parking, but we don't need to go to underground parking just yet. Right now, we need to focus on this lift right here. And it's vague on where this is, because there's a lot of areas that are kind of like this. But, if you'll remember, the lifts, I believe, are on B2 or B1. Can't remember. So, what you want to do, check your map. We're on B1 right now. And since we've seen the place, this also gives us a map, so now we understand all the areas we've not been to. It's not a long list. But basically, and this is the cavern and secret passageway. This is the tunnel. You can backtrack all the way back to the truck if you'd like. If you stored items in there and you want to go and get those items, feel free. But I will warn you, you're going to go through a lot of enemies to do it. Now, B1, as you can see on the side there, we have the control room and underground parking. B2 is where we have the two elevators. So we're going to be headed to B2. The easiest way for us to get to B2 is to exit where we are now and use the elevator right outside of the doorway. Once you do that, it will bring you out to this passageway with the key at the top, and we'll go down into the septic tank from there, and we'll be where we need to be. So we have 3 rooms of enemies to get to where we need to go, and we're going to head that way now. But yeah, I just got off work. It's probably 1 a.m. or 1:30 a.m. I got off, did a little bit of YouTube surfing, watched a few videos, just top 10s and things of that nature, and now I'm here. Now I'm doing a playthrough. You're gonna have mossbacks out here. Mossbacks are not the worst thing in the world. They have a very low defense rating, and you can sink criticals on them all day with the PO8. Another thing that might be worth our time, which I'm going to check after this battle, is going and getting ammunition before we go any further. 2 mossbacks, 408 experience, okay? 304 BP. These things will jack your scores way up. You always want to fight them. Another thing we could do is go store some of our stuff in a box, which is also not a bad idea because my inventory is currently full. So here's what I'm going to do. Instead of going to the elevator right next to me, which is right here, I'm actually going to go past that, and we're going to go down to the sterilization room, use the box, and pretty much just clear our inventory out. And if I look at my ammo, I am down to 207 hydras out of 500, which I've got 32 loaded in my gun, so really it's more like 247 or something like that. But anyway, I could probably use a top up on ammo, so we're going to do that. Here's where things get funny. I'm going to start putting recovery 3s in here. I've got 3 MP boost 2s, 2 of those are going in there. The belt pouch, there's already 1 belt pouch in here, we're going to put another one in there. The ringer solution is also getting moved. I have 150 Spartans on me, and I have 500 PBs just to fall back on if I need to. So, if we go back to my inventory, scroll down, I got a lot of room now. I got 3 healing items to my name, plus 1 that I have equipped to my armor. And you may be thinking to yourself, well, that's not really a lot, but in all actuality, it kind of is. So, we're going to go through here, or I'm going to go through here. You don't have to do all this. To be honest, it's probably quicker to just hit the elevator, go down, and then hit the lift that you unlocked. But for me, I think it's a good idea to go ahead and, oh, hey, forgot about these guys. You want necrosis for these guys. And I'm already poisoned. We're going to take this guy out, and there's another one. Once you have them hit with necrosis, they're stunned. If you hear a noise that sounds like something's charging up, it probably is. Hit him with necrosis, that's going to poison him, and usually he'll take damage periodically, which means it's going to stun him. That's how you deal with those guys. They are dangerous. They are highly dangerous, and they should not be thought otherwise of. They give you a lot of XP and a lot of BP, and you should kill them every chance that you get. With all that being said, here's my armory. So we're going to run through here, pop into this door. There's nothing new in the BP machine for us, so I'm not going to waste my time with that. What I'm going to do is restock hydras. Now we are free to go and do what we need to do, which is exciting because it's going to introduce us to another area in the game. Also, the last few episodes I've been doing have been kind of shorter. Am I going the right way here? No, I'm not, actually. I mean, I could totally go that way and get to the same place, but I don't want to do that because there's a lot more enemies going that way than there is going this way. I highly suggest you fight all the enemies you can in order to increase your parasite energy to max quicker, but it's not necessary in the game. It will give you a better score at the end if you do, though. Now, back to what I was saying about the last few videos. They've also been kind of shorter, and I apologize for that. A lot of it's to do with how tired I am, and it's easier for me to focus and keep up with shorter videos than if I'm playing for a long time and I start losing focus on things. It's a lot easier for me to get that energy boost and go, alright, I want to make a video, and then make a shorter video where I've still got the full benefit of that energy boost. So, if you were wondering about that, that's why. So you wouldn't have to run into Pierce by any chance. I knew it. I thought it was weird he left so early today. It's okay, I won't tell how. Take care of Pierce for me, would you? He's not exactly Rambo, you know. So, you've now told Jody, hey, Pierce is here, he's safe, he's with me. Because Miss didn't know that he left to come find you. He just was worried about you, and he was like, you know what, Aya's cute, I'm gonna go rescue her. And he ended up being the one who got rescued, but having him here is better than having him at the station, because Pierce is actually kind of a genius in his own way. And he's going to help us through a lot of this stuff, which is the way the story is technically supposed to progress. If you hear weird suction cup noises that sound like footsteps, that's going to be these guys. Any type of like, it's going to be these guys every time. More than likely. You'll know the sound I'm talking about after you deal with them one time. And they expect you to take the easy way, so they only put one of them down here. As you can see, I fought two in the other area, which is a significantly harder battle because they have ranged attacks. But anyway, as I was saying... Wait a minute. I was trying to figure out whether there was one or two of these guys, and I think it's only one. But anyway, they expect you to come the path of least resistance on here. So they expect you to come down here and fight just the one and move forward through afterwards. And there's no enemies in here because, you know, hey, why put enemies in here, I guess. I don't know. I think they meant to do that to just highlight on the map where you're supposed to go. And you can't have enemies in the laboratory or laboratory, whatever you want to call it, because there's a telephone and a box in there. Which, honestly, I didn't even realize there was a box in there. But, hey, there's a box in there. Pierce, well, I about said text. Pierce communicates with us. I don't really understand how. I guess it's the metallic implant that Aya has on her. You can use that lift there. Roger. Okay, so that's pretty much flavor text. If you choose the Kyle version of this story, you're not going to get that. We're going to go down. This is a very interesting aspect of this game, in my opinion. And we're going to get a cutscene here. More voice acting. More of the few examples of voice acting. Excuse me, sir, and yes, come in. I hope I didn't talk over that. A mole was sent into the organization, so that's interesting. He's found it. I see. Well, destroying the target would be difficult, but there is another way. Are you sure? If you would give Op D306 permission, D306, that SDI relic? It's our insurance plan only. If I must. I hate the president in this game because he's just like, oh, yep, you have this terrible idea. Well, if that's our only option, I guess. He puts no thought into it. And they say Congress doesn't need to be involved in this. I would say Congress is, and this is just me being political, I don't really like politics. This is what they mean by SDI, really. It's an orbital gun. And it says elephant on it. It's terrifying, if you ask me. Because there are things like this that have been proposed. I don't know if the U.S. government has things like this, but I know that they certainly have the technology for things like this. But anyway, I think it's kind of dumb that they say, oh, Congress doesn't need to be involved. But in my opinion, like, Congress is more involved with stuff than the president is. And then on top of that, the president is just such a pushover in this game. It's so weird. I don't know. It struck me as kind of odd. So it's an intercom system. The magnetic barrier prevents tracking beyond this point. So you're on your own. You can do it. And, Aya? Never mind. See ya. So basically, Pierce has this huge crush on Aya. And, I mean, look at this bitch. Who wouldn't, right? Like, she is beautiful. Anyway, I don't want people to think that I'm just referring to women as bitches. That's not really what I'm shooting for there. I say it to be funny. Social justice warriors, fuck off. Enjoy natural environments. Tropical rainforests, coniferous forests, savanna, coral reefs, tundra, greenhouses for each climate. Reproduce temperatures, humidity, soil conditions, flora, and fauna. Our new humans adapt to each environment. We'll begin our tour with the Savannah Zone. Remember, some fauna are carnivorous. Please stay on the path. So this is set up to be like a tour. And it's so wild to me because they mention tundra and like coniferous forests, which are both noted to be colder environments. And this is under a desert. Not only is it under a desert, but it sucks because they don't give us the option to actually explore these other biomes and climates. I think it'd be really cool to see like winter NMCs. I think that'd be really cool, in my opinion. I've always been an ice type, person. I really like ice. I've always thought ice was cool. My favorite character in Mortal Kombat as a kid was Sub-Zero. He was just so interesting to me. Like, he could just turn you to ice or launch ice at you. But if you go down the steps to where it asks you to go or implies you should go, you start off with the Savannah Zone, which is going to be a desert type area. What NMCs have we found in the desert so far? Chasers. And here they are. Thought you were done with them? Oh no. Oh no. Oh hey, and there's also scorpions. Be careful in this area because bad things are happening all around you. And this is actually a really bad spot for me to be in. Pop a cola just for a quick heal. Small heal, but a quick heal. I did not want to use that cola there, but I didn't really have much of a choice. Wow, I'm getting wrecked. There's something I can do, but I'm not going to get to right now. Screw that. Screw that. Screw that. That's just all kinds of bad. This is a dangerous area, guys. This is part of, not the, but part of the difficulty curve that I was talking about. You need yourself some XP to actually work with. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and spend the 6,500 that we have. We're going for healing 3. That's just going to happen. If I wanted, I could almost get metabolism up, which will reveal our water third and final, parasite energy. And if I save up just a little more, I can do that. Or I could strengthen plasma or necrosis. Not quite necrosis, but plasma I could definitely strengthen. For this playthrough, and for this playthrough only, I believe what I'm going to do is save up for metabolism and go ahead and grab the 3rd rank of my water parasite energy. It's going to give us another skill that I'll explain more about when we get there, but it's nice. The wind one is nice too, but I think it's going to cost me just a little bit more XP than what I need or what I'm going to get in this playthrough to grab. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the water one, and I may even pick up energy ball if I can after I unlock the 3rd water one. So we now have healing 3. I probably should have done that before I used healing twice, but if you'll notice, my MP's fully maxed out again because I was, bumped my parasite energies up. So that's that. I don't know if it restores to max MP every time, but I'm not really sure how I have max MP. But yeah, if you've had no MP before and you bumped one of your parasite energies up and it refilled you to full, tell me in the comments, because that's interesting. I've never noticed that before. As many times as I've watched people play this game and I've played it myself, I've never noticed that before. So tell me about that in the comments. If you've experienced the same thing, let me know. this is a puzzle. Now, this puzzle is not an easy puzzle, but it's easy enough that I don't have to have like combinations or any type of movement schemes. I'm not going to write down, you know, a long list of move this tile, move this tile, move this tile, it's done. These are usually in the order that you need to have them in. And these bars on the outside here represent the spaces in which they need to be. So in order to unlock certain things, you have to do certain combinations. You want to solve the red and the blue here. You never want to do the yellow. I mean, you can do the yellow, but it's going to drop down a roof tile and shower enemies on us. And these enemies that I'm talking about are some of the most annoying enemies in the game. They're worth a lot of BP, but they are very hard and very damaging and will probably kill me. And they will probably kill new players. So I don't recommend solving for yellow, okay? You need to solve for blue, I believe, to progress, and red is an extra treat. So we're going to try and solve for red first. Pharaoh, legs, eye, box. That's going to be the order you're going to want them in. And so that means we want Pharaoh here, legs here, eye here, box here, and you have to keep this particular space open. So, and you'll notice if I move this tile, there's not a symbol underneath it. So that symbol indicates done. So what we're going to do, we're going to start working this stuff down. And as we do that, we're going to come across ways to figure all this out. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's not very hard, but at the same time, it's not exactly easy either. This can take you a few times, and if it does, I don't blame you. It took me a few times as well to really get the hang of doing this type of puzzle, because I'm not used to this type. So if it takes you a few times, don't feel too bad. And even here, I'm in the wrong side of that, which kind of sucks. That's still going to put me at the wrong side. So I forget exactly how to do that. That puts me at the right side. That puts me at the wrong side again. And a lot of people are screaming at me in the comments right now, I'm sure. And they're like, you idiot. All you have to do is... I'm not good with these type of puzzles, guys. I'm really not. But I have been known to be decent enough to where I can fidget and pretty much get it right eventually. There we go. Metallic sound in the distance. That unlocks the door we need to go through. Now, if we do the blue, which honestly I didn't catch the pattern on the blue, so what we're going to do is we'll come out here. This right here shows you the pattern. So we need leaf, knife, basket, acorn. Leaf, knife, basket, acorn. Come right back in here. I don't know if the puzzle resets every time you back out of it or if it's every time you leave the area. Okay, puzzle does not reset unless you leave the area and come back. Leaf, knife, basket, acorn. And we have to do that in the top row. So, first thing we need to do is get the leaf up there. And I'm doing this in a weird way for a reason. Part of the weird process that I go through to do this, to be honest. Okay, so got all the blue in the corner here. That's in the right spot now. We can swap those around though. Move that, move that. Acorn's in the right spot. Basket's in the right spot. Leaf knife, basket, acorn. Come back down here. It's not hard. The top one's not hard at all, simply because there's no way that you can be on the wrong side like I was with the red when I did it. That pauses the game for a minute and you hear this awkward noise in the back that sounds like stone sliding against stone. And if you'll come back here, you'll notice the sarcophagus slid out. The lid is open. What's inside? A mummy? Nope, it's empty. There's something shiny in the corner. If you examine it again, you'll get an MP boost 2. Totally worth it. I recommend doing this simply for the MP boost 2. And in order to progress, all you gotta do is come through here and examine this again. Cover up that tile. This is gonna pause and give you that same noise. You're done. Now it's moved back into place, and you can comfortably go past here and go to the next area, which is through this door, which only unlocks when you do the red. So that's how that puzzle is done. It's not a very hard puzzle. I did it with no writing or anything, so yeah. If you aim your gun while you're in here, nothing really happens. That's because, whoa, hey. Another A&MC, can't move. I can sense the incredible number of neomitochondria inside. The power, it's generating power. Now we're in combat. If you walk over here, there are a ton of cameras. They're not going to shoot at me because I turned the security off. And that was back in the pod gantry with Pierce. Very easy to take these cameras out, but there are a ton of them. If in fact you do not turn the security off, this battle will suck. Okay, I want to come back around here and show y'all. Shoot him. I just did 1 damage and he healed 1 damage. When you see numbers pop up in blue like that, that means that they're healing. Did 1 again, 1 again, 1 again. If you try and use Parasite energy on him, I did 11, he just healed 11 damage. Do not attack him. Instead, come around here, and there is a control panel. This is a life support system. This is what you should be attacking. Once that's done, I'm just going to empty my clip out. Wasting bullets is not a good idea. I'm doing it for the sake of the playthrough. You can come back around here and just deal damage all day, and he's not going to heal it off. He doesn't seem happy about it, but it is what it is. It's a short battle after that. This barely even counts as a boss. The biggest thing about this fight is the cameras. If you disable them beforehand, it's not a big deal. It's just not. But this was the easy part, okay? You do get a bonus item from him if you have the medicine wheel equipped, which is an MP boost 2. MP Boost 2s are probably, arguably, one of the best items in the game because they allow you to do so much. With MP, you can heal, you can power up your shots, you can deal damage to enemies, you can, cure status elements. MP is really the well-rounded version of items. So having an item that restores your MP is crucial to being able to do things like cure status elements and heal yourself. These are the enemies I was talking about. Get up on them and hit them with plasma. Hit all of them that are near you with plasma. Then shoot them. They are very, very hard to take out. They have a lot of HP. After a while, they will flip back on their feet, and you need to hit them with plasma again. These are going to flip back up onto their feet, hit them with plasma again. This is going to deplete your MP quickly. I know this. You don't have much of a choice at this point. The only other way you can really do good damage to these guys is with a shotgun. And if this is the only reason you choose to use a shotgun in this game, I totally understand. I totally understand. These guys suck. But if you look at how much BP I get, 371 for that tiny little battle. They are very, very good for BP. I'm going to walk back through here, back to the observation platform. And now, we are going to go to the other side of the Neo Ark, which really you wouldn't be able to go to beforehand anyway. It's locked. I didn't want to say that. I don't know why I didn't want to say that. I just didn't think about it. So it says there's a fire alert from sensor at generator number 1, which is where we just were. The north course is temporarily open for evacuation. So now we can go through the north course. We just went through the south one, now we're going through the north one. And we have a map of this area. It fills in as we go. So if you go back down and around, or back up and around I should say, now you can come down the other side stairs. If you follow this out, this is the forest biome. Be on your guard. And my keyboard just crashed. Good on me, right? That time, it's not even my keyboard. It won't come back on. That's great. Okay. So, I think it's about time for me to buy a new keyboard, because this is getting ridiculous. Anyway, you take a few steps out here, and you're going to get introduced to a new enemy. These guys are highly dangerous and should not be taken lightly. You need to hit them with plasma almost immediately. That'll knock them down, allow you to get some good damage. Plasma again. More damage, hopefully you get criticals. They're basically huge souped up versions of the first enemy we come across in the game. At the Acropolis Tower, the little guys that are like, those guys. They're super huge versions of those, and they do a lot of damage and have better attacks and a shit ton more health. Be on your guard. We got an extra item there for the medicine wheel. It's another MP boost too. We're going to take all that. And just like that, even with all the health items that I have in my box, I've almost filled my inventory again with health items. So now y'all are understanding what I was saying about. They give y'all a good bit. They give us a huge amount of health items. This takes us to a temple. At least it says it takes us to a temple. It'll give us a winding path. And if you'll notice, oh hi. Knock him down. Fire on him while he's down. Nice criticals. Knock him down. Fire on him while he's down. That's pretty much what you have to do with these guys. They are very dangerous. They don't look it, but they are. With that being said, we have 3000 XP now. That unlocks our next version of our water parasite energy, which is Life Drain. This drains HP from adjacent targets. Okay, the ATB loss, it stuns Aya when she uses it basically, and it costs 20. This costs 3, this costs 12, this costs 20. Energy Ball costs 15, this costs 20. It is a very high risk, high reward type skill. And I'll show y'all why if I ever revive it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to, but you know, in case I don't, if. On this path, there's going to be multiple of these. If you try and run, more might pop out. I would just stand and fight. Once he's in your range, plasma. Get him down, hope for criticals. Oh, well, they do pop back into the forest too. And they'll pop out wherever they feel like popping out. So be careful. They kind of teleport. Come on now. Bring it back now, y'all. Okay. If you go this way far enough, you're liable to have another one pop out. And then you'll be fighting two of them, which I do not recommend. 200 BP a pop, 115 XP a pop. Decent enemies to fight. We hear it already. Here's some of these guys. While they're on their feet, these guys are almost impossible to hurt. We get good criticals while they are not on their feet. While they are on their back is the best time to attack them. I can't even get plasma off because, wow, and I'm too close to that one. Alright. These guys suck. They are annoying. I do not like these enemies. Hitting them while they are down does not reset their time. There's not a lot of parasite energy that they are weak to. Healing 3. Healing 3. Full health. Plasma is about the only thing that is going to do a good amount of damage to them no matter what. So I'm just going to do this. It sucks that I'm using my MP like this, but I'm willing to do that in order to get this over with and done with. I don't like those guys. I got a crap ton of BP for that and not much XP. I only have 11 MP now, so what we're going to do is drop in here, and I'm going to use an MP boost too. Full MP. There we go. I have plenty of them, so that's why I wanted to use them. Now, this is interesting. Right in the area we were just in, where I fought the little beetle things, the little bugs, there is a thing that I should have showed you, but it basically, I'll show you on the way back down, but it shows you a combination in which you're supposed to step on these tiles. The combination it shows you up there is basically how to progress. It's not a secret. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a secret first. And there's another area where you can learn the secret. There's another little glyph that shows you how many of these to step on and in what order. And I'll show you that as we go by it as well. This is one of them that I had to write down because this is very tedious and frustrating. For the secret, you want to step on the blue tile 6 times in a row. If it flashes white, it's the right thing to do. If it doesn't flash white, it's the wrong thing to do. Notice it didn't make a noise and it didn't flash white right there. So, 6 times on blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, 2 on white. 1, 2, 3 on red. 1, 2, 3, and then 5 times on yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you do it correctly, it will show you a cutscene. I also want to point out that that's easily cheesable. You could literally just step on the tiles over and over, and if it lights up yellow, you know it's correct. So honestly, what you could do is you could start off by stepping on a tile, and if it lights up white, you know that that's an applicable thing. And you can just keep stepping on that tile until it doesn't do it anymore. Then you go, oh hey, well I need to do this one this X amount of times. Move on to your next tile, find out which one's next after that, and then step on that one a certain amount of times. You could literally figure this out on your own, without any clues, but you're more likely to stumble upon the one that progresses you forward than the one that you need, which is the one that I just inputted. So after we do that, we're going to go back down here. This is what I was talking about right here. This whole thing, it makes you spin it, which is dumb. You're supposed to spin this until it matches up, and once you click it enough times, it won't let you spin it anymore after it does. So it's kind of pointless. Again, it's one of those things that they think, oh hey, this will make the game longer. Now that it matches, it won't let you spin it anymore. I wonder what this is displaying. you learn that basically the lines and dots are all supposed to indicate numbers. So it's not an easy puzzle by any means, but it is solvable. That's not the one we just inputted, by the way. The one we just inputted is where I'm going now. I will show you that one as well. But the one we just put in is for a secret, and it allows us to go fight a boss that we would otherwise not be allowed to fight. So we're going to go do that, because that's a thing you definitely want to do. Just like the Pierce scenario where we went back to Dryfield. Sure, you can skip going back to Dryfield if you wanted, but you would miss out on the Ofuda. You can skip giving Pierce the 3 bags of ice if you want, but you'll miss out on the Ofuda. Here, you can skip out on this puzzle if you want, but you'll miss out on another item that is crucial to this game, in my opinion. So, we're going to keep heading forward. We'll come to an escalator leading down, which is interesting, because most escalators go up in this game. Take that back. I'm sorry, it's not an escalator, it's just stairs. But it looks like an escalator in my opinion. And you'll actually get to see that there are sludges in the water swimming around this tunnel, which is interesting. There goes one now. There's usually no enemies in here, and you can just kind of stay here and enjoy the view, which is cool. I really would like to see an area like this in real life where I could go under the water and look at animals as they swim around. That's just a cool thing to me. You got some sludges up here. They're not hard to deal with. You got a pretty open platform that you can dodge and stick and move. Tap, dodged them, critical, another critical. I walked into that. Oh man, I'm not really doing good right now. I just said it was a great thing to do, and now it's not. I also realized that I did something bad. And that's kind of taken part of my focus. That whole cutscene that we watched when I input that code was revealing a lever that I never pulled. So, that's interesting. Bap bap. Dodge them. Now I'm sort of focused. Okay, so this will give me a good example to show y'all about. Really? You got that shot off? I just criticaled you. Fuck off. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, that was a horrible example of how to do that battle, to be honest. But 210 XP is totally worth it. I recommend fighting these guys if you want to. Through this gate right here. This is the normal way to go. There's going to be more sludges. You can fight them at your own discretion. I totally recommend doing it for the BP and XP. In battle, that's almost a full heal. Heal 3. So that's good to know. One got me. So with heal 3 in battle being almost a full heal, I'm not even too worried about taking damage at this point. Simply because, you know, I can heal it off. But what I do remember about these guys, y'all are weak to fire. And I missed him. Take this moment. It's literally almost a full heal. It's great. Heal 3 is essential in this game. You're going to want it. When they pop back up, they're getting pyroed. I'm really not interested in doing this anymore. Next. Pyrokinesis is a great way to deal with these guys if you're just sick of shooting at them. And honestly, if you've got a more powerful weapon than the PO8, they may not be as much of, you know, a problem as they are for me. But what I want to point out is there's a small island over here. It says a small island that lies not far away. It's too far to jump though. Which honestly, if I'm looking at Aya's size compared to the distance, I don't think that's too far to jump at all. But the island is where we're actually trying to get to. So I'm going to go back. I don't want to go back. It sucks that I have to go back, but I have to because I'm a dumbass and I didn't do the thing I needed to do. This over here is actually the combination we just put in. This is the one that shows you how to do that so that you can do what we're about to go do. It really sucks that I didn't do this right away. I have failed you all. But anyway, we're going to head back to the pyramid and show you what the lever does. The lever will actually, when you pull the lever, it's going to show you a small cutscene showing what it does. And what it's going to do is it's going to pull the walkway we were just on fighting the sludges over to that small island. And once we pull the walkway over to the small island, Aya will not have to jump that tiny gap. She can simply walk up to the island. Which is good because there's something on that island that we want. There's multiple things on that island that we want, to be honest. So, what I didn't do before is I didn't walk up here. I didn't flip this lever. Lower the lever. Cutscene plays. Which this is really cool. It doesn't really... It's not really fictional. Like, that type of thing could totally work in real life. Which is really cool to me. I like that. The whole bridge just moves on a rail system when it locks in place. Now, the lever being hidden behind a puzzle I think is dumb. That's not realistic. But the rail system and the bridge moving is. Like, the whole setup of that's really cool to me. I sort of, even as a child, I was like, you know, that's really cool. I wish there was a place in real life where you could go look at aquatic animals and see, you know, wild fauna just frolicking around and doing its natural thing. And I wish that there was an area like this that would take you on a tour. And I always thought the artificial aspect of it was really cool. Basically, the whole artificial sun, this is all growing underground. If they could do this with just regular animals in real life, this would be awesome. You know? It'd be a really cool thing, in my opinion. But enough about that. Now we're going to progress, and we're going to go to that small island, and there's a few things on that island I want to show you. And I'm pretty sure no matter when you're down here, you can always see the sludges swimming around, which is weird because if you clear the enemies out from up here, you don't get more of the sludges. But if you'll notice, now I can't go this way. Power plant ahead. But I can't go that way because the bridge is over here now. Now this counts as its own area. The island itself counts as its own area. And again, I'm not really interested in fighting these guys. So I'm going to do... Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Kind of sad. Almost got him again. There we go. So, what the game wants you to do is waste your MP here. Okay? I don't recommend wasting your MP. I recommend going and, with what little MP we have left, I'm going to heal. I'm going to heal again. I'm going to go back into my inventory, and I'm going to use another one of my MP boost 2s. Bring me back up to full MP. That's pretty much that. If you need to, Oh, I did not mean to use that. Okay, cool. It did not use that. If you're already at full HP, it won't use it, which is nice. That's a good little feature. I thought I just wasted a recovery 3. I would drop something into your attachments to heal with before going down into that trap door. But if we'll come over here, there should be a thing somewhere. What's that by the roots? A cylinder. This is where you can find lipstick. Now lipstick prevents silence, which is nice. Also make sure you have empty inventory spots before you go down here. Please make sure you have empty inventory. We're gonna go down here now. Go down. Once you go down this ladder, you're going to find yourself in battle with more of these guys. Shoot them normally. Do not use pyrokinesis on them. It's going to suck because you're in a round area. It's pretty easy to dodge their electric blast because you can move around so freely. But avoid the urge to use pyrokinesis here. Run, stick and move, take pot shots, whatever you need to do, but use regular ammunition. I fully recommend regular ammunition here because you're going to need your MP. There's one down. There's another down. Here's another one that just popped up. I'm stunning him with criticals. Gonna dodge this one. Ow, I was trying really hard. And as you can see, swimming around on the outside, there is a really big one. Dodge him. We'll dodge these guys. Dodge these guys. I was hoping for a critical right there and didn't get one. Now he's done. Now he's done. Alright, so you end up fighting 6 of them. Once you fight all 6 of them, you get to this one. This is Tylock. Tylock is also known as the King Sludge. We're gonna slap healing together real quick. He's gonna pop up again, hit us with another attack, or try to. All his attacks are pretty avoidable if you just keep running around in this circle. You can easily outrun that. Once he's done with his attack, energy shot up. And I also fully recommend antibody. Once he pops back up, keep running. Avoid his attack again. Once he's done, aim. You can actually see how much HP he has. He starts out with 2,000. This is in fact a boss. If you're getting criticals on him, he's not going to do much to you. Reload. Ouch. He actually got me that time. As you can see, I've already got him down to 700. 84, 84, 76. He actually got me again there. I might have lied about the critical thing. It seemed there for a minute like I was keeping him in stun lock, but obviously not. It's not a hard battle at all. You just gotta, you know, do your thing and stay away from his attacks. He is susceptible to fire just like any other sludge, even though he's the king sludge. Pyrokinesis can be your best friend in that fight. That's why I said not to waste your MP in the start of the battle. It's not a big deal. You get 1400 BP for that. It's a lot of BP. And you get 750 XP, which is a lot of XP. We got an MP boost 2 out of it, and our extra item is a protein capsule. I'm going to select protein capsule. I'm going to use that. Now I'm up to 125 max. Move that over. Great. Now, that's just what we got for the battle. If you check the water here, floating melted creature remains. There's a strong lemony smell. Wait, there's something shiny floating. You want this crystal. Examine the pool and get this crystal. That's why we came and did this. Screw the BP, screw the XP. We came for this crystal. Now, go to use. Examine this. We get question marks. This is your fourth and final attachment. Now we have the holy water that we got from the safe in Dryfield. That's a long convoluted riddle I don't recommend doing. Just follow my example, put the code in, get the holy water. That keeps us safer. 25% damage reduction. Medicine wheel gives us extra items at the end of certain battles. We found that when we defeated the trash monster in the shelter our first time around. We went back after fighting him in the incineration room into the garbage room, and there was a chest where he spawned in, and we got it from there. The Ofuda we got from Pierce when we went back to Dryfield and helped him, soothe his wounds from the NMC attack. This increases our damage by 50%. The Skull Crystal we just got by defeating Tylock, the King Sludge, in the optional, we'll call it a side quest, down here in the Neo Ark. This grants us 20% more damage and 20% more defense when it is attached. And it is also the Fire Parasite Energy Invocation. So if you use it, it will take your lowest Fire Parasite Energy and bump it up a level automatically. I don't recommend using any of those items. Those are very hard to get items. They're rare items. There's only one of each in the game, and you have to go through you're supposed to go through long, drawn-out things to get them. They're great items. Once you have all four equipped, Aya's going to be pretty much as strong as she can be without the help of weapons, armor, and you leveling up your Parasite Energy. Once you have all your Parasite Energies at level 3, even the unlocked ones, your MP will be very, very, very far up the ladder. Okay. So, we're going to go back over here to the pyramid because we have to flip the lever back up so we can go the normal path. And there is another combination of things that we have to put in. Now, I'm not sure how to read this thing, to be honest. Again, this is not a hard puzzle to figure out on your own without any clues. But these all correlate to numbers. I don't know how you're supposed to tell which color to step on, but they all kind of resemble numbers. Now, there's another thing somewhere, I think. It's not over here. There's a gold plate down here. Temple of Tylock. To call upon Lord I'm guessing that that's Tylock. I say Tylock, but it's actually probably Tlaloc. I don't really know. Lalek. Maybe the T is silent. But anyway, dance the steps of Lalek's rain dance. The maze steps red, white, yellow, blue. To open the gate to the altar of strength, start with red. To revere Lalek in his glory, begin with blue. Keep the sacred observances. Let your heart guide your steps. So it tells you right there that one puzzle starts with red, one starts with blue. I don't think there's anything this way. A stone temple built to look like a Central American pyramid. Smaller than the real thing. I wonder why they built this. It's a little grandiose for a visitor attraction. Trying to find modern society in the ruins of ancient civilization. Was this intended as some sort of spiritual symbol for the ANMCs? I wonder if ANMCs need this. They need some kind of god. It'd be hard to ask them in their current violent state. So, interesting flavor text there. We get a hint to the puzzle. There's a thing somewhere. I forget where it is, but it shows you the order in which to do these. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in. I know what the combination is. I have it written down. You can follow my example, or you can explore around and find it on your own. It's up to you, however you want to do it. I don't really find that it ruins any part of the game. It's just, you know, it's long and tedious. If you want to go through it on your own, you're more than welcome to. So, red, yellow, and again, you can literally step on these, and you know, when red pops up, you're like, okay, what do I step on next? And you try a tile. If it don't light up, oh well, try a different tile. If you keep doing that over and over, process of elimination, you're gonna end up with the right combination eventually. White is next. Blue is after. Ooh, I about hit the yellow one. Blue is after white, and back to white. Now we're doing red, yellow, and then we're doing white, blue, yellow, red. White, blue, yellow, red. There's 12 of them. So far off to the west, we heard a click. That's going to open up the door to the second side of the generator room, where we fought the power generator that pretty much was not even a real boss. But before that, we got some stuff to take care of, because we progressed the story by doing that. It's too late to do this. Yep. Skabunk. These guys are really annoying. I recommend fire against them. Does a lot of damage. Oh, if you can hit them. 111. Oh my goodness, these guys are tearing me a new one. But they've all ended up in the fire, and they've all ended up with a debuff that's going to give them continual damage, although I am in fact about to die. Holy crap. We're going to heal in battle, get the full extent of our heal, and we're actually going to pop that twice. Brings us back to full HP. He hit me once. Oh well, not worried about it. These guys suck for experience. If you don't want to fight them, I don't blame you. They're good for BP, they suck for experience. So, as we move forward, we're going to go back the exact same way we just, came from. And if we check the map, yes, because we did story progression, there are enemies. And guess what it is? These guys. Be careful. Necrosis can be good against these. Oh, and he just front kicked me. Okay. Maybe do plasma before you do necrosis. Necrosis will add to your damage. Just pretty much DOT at that point. It's not necessary. It doesn't really stun them like it does the puppet guys. But it is a decent strategy for dealing with them. I think fire also does a pretty good job of hurting them decently well. They start off with 420 HP, so I don't know if that's like a slick pun, but maybe somebody in the know kind of made that a little inside joke to themselves. One of the developers was like, hey, 420, Up. And yet there's another one. 3 this time. So be careful. Ow, and he just jump kicked me, and that did a lot of damage. Plasma. Heal. Shoot. Repeat. Plasma. He dodged my plasma. And he jumped into the thing. Great. They're gonna pop out randomly. There he is. Plasma, heal. I'm out of MP now. So we're gonna stick and move. And he jumped back through the brush. He'll pop back out whenever he feels like it. We're a good bit away from him. Good enough for criticals. There we go. Those guys can be rough. We use another MP boost too. Whoops. Fills me all the way back up. from 5, and I've still got 2 of them left. Got a metric fuck ton of recovery 3s. I'm thinking I need to be going this way. I am correct. So, there is a lot of instances where you're going to want to use plasma. Plasma is a very decent thing to have. We're going to strengthen that up to level 2. That gives us a lower casting cost, and actually if we get it all the way up, it'll give us a 4 casting cost, which is super low and barely even impacts your MP. And it also does more damage, if I'm not mistaken. It'll do closer to 40 instead of like the 25 that we've been seeing. Probably does closer to 30 now that I've got it up to. Oh, hey. He's right here next to me. Go ahead and pop him with that. No, it's doing 46 now. Stun him again. There we go. Now we're doing okay. More XP. Keep moving forward. This episode's running a little bit long, and I totally understand that. But there's a lot to this area, and I wanted to kind of knock it out in one video. I don't mind uploading longer videos, so as long as you don't mind watching longer videos, everybody's kind of in agreement there. The sludges will respawn as soon as you input that last code into the pyramid. Did I not press the lever? Because I thought I pressed the lever. I don't think I raised the lever back up. I'm an idiot. This is the second time I've done this. Oh no. Can't believe I just hit them with plasma. That's hilarious. I've never hit a sludge with plasma, I don't believe. Oh, I'm kind of upset that I did not flip the lever. Anyway. Done with you. Done with you. And you I can take out at a distance. Not a big deal. So, I've got to travel back. You might want to flip the lever while you're there. Just, you know, friendly advice. I can't believe I forgot the lever. Back we go. Man, so in this Let's Play, I've made a lot of mistakes. And I hope that that does a good job of letting you guys know that it's pretty easy to do. It's not a very hard thing to mess up on this part or, you know, this part. It's rather simple to just screw some stuff up. So, with that being said, don't judge me too harshly. It's been a minute since I played this game. Not a long one, but a minute. And almost every time you play, you notice new things. It really takes you out of the moment. And while you're oohing and ahhing over the new things you notice, you forget about old things. And then it's kind of like, you know, that sucks. But simple to fix. We just walk back up here, flip the lever, and then go back. At least we don't have to fight enemies anymore. We can just run straight there. I would normally jump cut something like this, but unfortunately, with the limitations that I have on my phone, putting a jump cut in a video is like pulling teeth. And I also kind of like the fact that I don't edit my videos. It's kind of my thing. I just like raw, unedited videos. Sure, they might look spiffier or seem fancier if I did edit them, but in all actuality, I like to let people see exactly the amount of struggle that I go through. It's not about what people want, it's more about what I enjoy. So, you know, I'm just going to sit here and enjoy playing the game. That's kind of what I want to do. And so what if I mess up every once in a while? It totally proves that I'm a human being, if nothing else. So I'm okay with it. I'm totally fine with it. So we're going to head back, and as promised, there's going to be a pathway we can take now. And in case you have forgotten or were confused, the first pattern that I inputted into the pyramid up there, raised the statue's head and revealed a lever. When we lowered that lever, it pushed the bridge over to where we could, get to the island. When we went back after defeating the King Sludge and we put in a second combination, that is the combination that unlocked a door at the end of this pathway, which is the pathway that you normally need to go to progress the game. So there will be sludges and mossbacks out here. Be careful. Mossbacks hurt, even though they're large and dumb and don't really have a good way to get to you in any speed. They're still dangerous enemies. They hit hard. So be careful. Take him out first if you can. I highly recommend doing that. And these guys, you're going to want to stick and move. Just run and gun. Not very bad. I was able to finish him off with a critical right there. And then we're free to move forward. This is an actually pretty large area. It's a long pathway right through here. And once you get over here, I think there's some more beetles. Yes, there are more beetles and a mossback. Kill the mossback first. If you can use that to knock him down, I totally recommend doing it. It'll also keep the beetles off of you. Kill the mossback first so that he doesn't have his ranged attack. Then swap to the beetles. You can usually take one or two of them out before they start ganging up on you. That's what makes them dangerous. They gang up on you and you can't really cast stuff. Not good. And they do a lot of damage. And I do mean a lot of damage. But once they're turned over on their back, their soft underbelly is a weak spot, and it's pretty easy to take them out once they're overturned. This is the door that the second combination that we put into the pyramid unlocked. So we're going to go through here. Going to ascend these stairs right here, and once we get up here, we notice there's another very large A&MC. If you aim, it goes straight into combat this time. Come over here, same deal. Lots of cameras. If you have security disabled, you're in the clear. This is pretty much a free boss battle. Keep running down through here. You're going to fight more cameras. It's not a hard thing to do if the security's off. Even if the security's on, you can just sort of stay out of all the others' range and just take them out one at a time. Not a hard thing. After that, life support system. Boom. Pretty much an easy breezy type thing. Once you've got the life support system done, come back over here, start dealing damage. It's not a long fight. He doesn't attack you. And that's that. The barrier disappeared, but I can still feel something emanating from far below. So this is foreshadowing. You're going to get 490 XP, 200 BP, which is not bad. You're going to obtain some items, and if you have the woven ring equipped, you get bonus items. And in this case, you get an MP boost 2 and a ringer solution. You'll take all those. And I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. As always, like, comment, subscribe, all those cliche YouTuber things to say, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.